Welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to replace an expansion tank on a closed hydronic system. This expansion tank is 17 years old and it's filled with water. How do I know? So this is filled with water throughout. Probably the bladder inside is ruptured. It should have some water on top, but it should be hollow at the bottom. Now this is how a tank sounds when it's hollow. And this is my well water expansion tank, and listen to this. That's how the other tank should sound. Okay guys, so I have a hydronic system. When the water is heated, it expands. In a closed heating system, there is only so much space in the pipes in the boiler. This is my boiler right there. If the water is taking up more space and has nowhere to go, the pressure, it's going to increase and possibly damage your system. Most of the time at its weakest points until a leak or a burst of pipes. Now this expansion tank is designed to relieve the stress and increase the life of all the components in your system. Now this tank equalizes the pressure throughout the entire system. And this tank is divided into two sections by a diaphragm. Water comes in here and it pushes the diaphragm down. And there is 12 psi of pressure here. Because I have a hydronic system, it's a very low pressure system. Other systems that are not closed hydronic, their pressure can vary from 40 to 60. But this is a very low pressure, only 12 psi. And this is going to relieve the excess pressure in the entire system and prevents the pipes from bursting. So how am I going to replace this? Easy. I'm going to turn this valve off, okay? And I'm lucky to have a valve here because a lot of folks don't have this valve here. They have to follow the lines until you find an autofill valve. And also, if I didn't have this valve here, I will have to turn off all those valves up there where the water pumps are. Okay, but I'm lucky. I'm one of the few that when they install this system, they thought ahead of time and installed the valve right there. Because if not, even if you turn off the autofill valve, then you will still have some pressure here. And when you take this off, oh wow, I've seen people get wet from all the water that's gushing out of the system. So mine is off now, but I'm going to go ahead and turn off the system as well. Here it is right there. It's off. Some water may gush out. So one thing you can do is put a bucket underneath your tank. Maybe grab some towels. I may have a little bit of water gush out because there is obviously a little bit of pressure in this area between the valve and the tank. Not exactly sure how much, but we're about to find out. I don't want to be directly under it because I don't want to get burned. So I'm gonna use two adjustable wrenches. All right, it's loose. I may be able to do it by hand now. I may get some hot water sprayed on my face. Hopefully not. Right? Hopefully not. I see some water pouring out, but hopefully it's not going to be a whole lot. It's a little heavy because it's full of hot water. There we go, guys. So there was no pressure from here. However, the tank had a lot of pressure inside. So I let it fall on the ground. It's draining right now. And this is an Extrol Model 30. And that's exactly what I bought. So this is pre-charged to a pressure of 12 psi, max temperature 240, max working pressure 100 psi. Let's take a look at the new one. Okay, a box inside of another box. Oh, and by the way, I bought this at Home Depot. You can find them at Lowe's, your local hardware store. This particular one, it's a Model 30. It's only about 40 bucks. Alright guys, so this one is the exact same model as the other one. A Model EX30. pre-charged to 12 psig, max pressure 100 psig, max temperature 240 degrees Fahrenheit. So what I did, I took this cap off here, and now I'm gonna measure the pressure. You have to make sure that it is set to 12 psi. And in my case, yep, it is fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing here. Just use a tire pressure gauge from a car, bicycle, whatever you have. So the next step is I'm going to add a little bit of Teflon tape to this. Now most of you know that I'm a homesteader and I am not a plumber. However, I am going to save a couple of $100 here in this job. And when you're a homesteader, you have to know how to do just about anything and everything. Okay, righty-tighty. Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. There we go. It's going in just fine. So, time to open up the valve. There we go. That's it. That's how you replace an expansion tank. Like I said a minute ago, I probably saved $200 to $250 by doing it myself. Just make sure that when you do replace your expansion tank, you replace it with one that's identical to what you currently have. A lot of systems, like I said also a couple of minutes ago, they require 40 to 60 psi, but I have a hydronic closed system which is only 12 psi. Just verify that when you do get your tank, you do have the correct pressure, okay? And in my case, I think it was like 14 or so, but that's close enough. Let's turn on the system now. Oh, one last thing. There's already water up on top. I can feel it. It's nice and warm, but there's nothing below it. And that's how it should always sound. All right, let's go feed the chickens. Okay, this is what happened when it hit the ground. No biggie. It's not good anymore anyway. Let's get rid of it. Oh, and by the way, I can't give the chickens a snack because it's dark already. Off you go. But I'm still gonna go out there and visit the Silkies because the Silkies to this day, they refuse to go inside their chicken coop. It's been about 3 weeks and every night I come out here and I have to put them in. They stay outside, inside the hoop coop, and that's open. And it's too cold. Tonight, the temperature's gonna drop down to 19, 18 degrees Fahrenheit. I feel it's a little bit too cold. So I just gotta figure out a way for them to stay or to go inside the chicken coop, which they don't want to do for whatever reason. I don't know. I may have to put feed inside of their chicken coop. That way they know where their feed is and they start going in every day. I gotta figure this out. But I hear a lot of stories from Silky owners. They have the same problems, the same issues I have. Standard chickens, they don't care. I mean, from day one, they'll go inside their chicken coop and they'll roost. But Silkies, they don't. Why? Oh, why? Who knows? I haven't been able to figure that out yet. Okay, normally they're here inside of the hoop coop. Okay, not today. Today they're all here, huddled up. All right, I'm gonna grab them one at a time and put them inside their chicken coop, which is a nice chicken coop. Check it out. It's a castle. This is a castle. Why are you guys so stinking cute? All right. Two more. Here we go. Go in, go in. This is my number one. You guys recognize them? All right, there we go. One more. And this is Bob. And Bob is a hen. She was named before we knew what gender she was, male or female. Okay, Bob. All right, number one. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lock them in. You'll be much happier here and warmer too. I mean, right now it's not a problem with the temperature as they sleep outside, but in a few weeks when the temperature drops to 0 or below, then it could be a problem. All right, guys, I hope you learned something here today. I've never replaced an expansion tank before. This was my first. I read a lot of articles and saw a few videos, and that's how I learned how to do it. So hopefully some of you may have learned something and save some money. With that, you all have a great... Oh, wait a minute, it's still snowing? Unbelievable. It was supposed to stop hours ago, but it just keeps on going and going. If I haven't said it yet, Merry Christmas to everyone, and you have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are. We'll see you mañana. Bye.